This is my Gibson Les Paul Junior, which is a custom shop model, which is to say the least an iconic guitar by Gibson. So let's take a trip down memory lane. The Gibson Les Paul Junior was introduced in 1954 as an affordable entry-level Les Paul. This no-nonsense guitar was built to exacting standards of simplicity. It featured a mahogany body and a neck, a rosewood fretboard, a single coil P90 pickup and a wraparound bridge. Although it was a simple guitar, it found a strong following of players from beginners to professionals. Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones used one, Glenn Frey of the Eagles, and John Lennon also used them, although he had a further pickup installed at the neck in his post-Beatles years. For 69 years, this guitar has become an iconic institution within the music industry, with a huge following due to its simplistic nature and incredible tone. Its single dog-eared pickup provides to this day a wide range of tones, from crystal clear acoustic to that of an angry demon screaming at the moon. You can see why this has been such a popular guitar for almost 7 decades. There is a new kid in town. This is the O37 from Longbottom Custom Guitars. It too features a mahogany body and neck from South America, a single P90 pickup, and looks a lot like its Gibson counterpart. Lake Placid blue custom nitrocellulose paintwork is very upmarket. And the fretboard is made from ebony with mother of pearl dots. The bridge is fully adjustable for accurate intonation and its tuners are made by Goto. The Gibson wears jeans and t-shirts, but the O37 has been tailored by the best that Savile Row can offer. It's beautifully appointed and looks stunning. This is one very special guitar handmade in Keighley by a man called Carl Longbottom in a workshop using bench tools. There's no CNC machinery here, just chisels, routers, sawdust and abundance of passion. He says that the O37 got its name from the Lancia Group B rally cars which were banned, which is his other passion. With the Gibson being almost 70 years old, how does this O37 play and sound in 2023? This is my Gibson Les Paul Custom Shop Junior, which I've had for almost a year now. Now, it has been an amazing guitar. It really has. It's really surprised me with its simplicity, but yeah, it's a useful range of tones. And if I was going to do one gig with one guitar in, say, a venue with limited space, this would be a likely contender without a doubt. We're in drop D tuning. Just behind the camera, just behind you is me Laney Lionheart 20 head. That's microphoned up into my DAW on my PC behind me. And this is on the position 5 on the master volume on the guitar. There's no effects or other pedals in use at the minute, except for just a little bit of reverb in the amplifier. So have a listen to this. I think it sounds quite nice. Now if I was going to turn this up to sort of max, well, say to around about 8. And we're almost erring towards the edge of breakup. Take up to 9. We're on the edge of breakup now, and if we take it to 10, we're definitely on the edge of breakup. So I'll just back that off. Now, just on the other guitar stand just over to my left, we have the Longbottom Custom Guitars O37, which is based upon this. So stand by, I'll just do a quick guitar swap. So we're back in the room with swap guitars, and this is the Longbottom Custom Guitars O37. And I have to say, stunning late Placid blue. It looks absolutely fantastic, it really does. I have to say, visually, it's very, very attractive, and it just oozes quality, it really, really does. Beautiful ebony fretboard. It's got obviously the mother of pearl inlays, which look fantastic. We've got the frets are nicely rounded off just at the edges. There's no sharpness, beautifully hand finished. And what I'm seeing from the actual sort of fretboard is between the actual late Placid blue paint and the ebony fretboard edge, I don't think you'll be able to see that, but there's no bleed in the paint at all. The actual paint job is absolutely immaculate, it really is. And what I do like about this guitar is there's a beautiful contrast between the silver Goto tuners on the back. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. If you can see that just over there. And for me, it just reeks of absolute top quality. Beautiful tortoiseshell pickguard on there. We've got the adjustable saddles on the bridge, which my Les Paul Junior doesn't have. So you get perfect intonation each and every time you want to tune this guitar up or change strings or do something to it. You've always got that degree of accuracy. Again, with the controls of the guitar, we have essentially a volume knob and a tone control, almost in the same place as my Gibson Junior, but this is the interesting bit. Ergonomically, that volume knob is closer to these strings, which suits me a bit better really, so I can get to that control knob a lot more easily than I can with the Junior, which is just beside me over here. And I think that is a really, really good feature. It's just a little bit nearer. I think if anything, I think the Gibson's is about an inch further away. And I think if you're trying to do some kind of sort of swells, just pick that up. It is just a little bit easier to get to and find. And once you've got the muscle memory dialed in, I'm sure it'll be no problem at all in doing swells like that, to be fair. Okay, so what does it sound like in comparison to the Les Paul Junior? Well, to be honest, it is the same setup. We've got a P90 pickup. In this case, it's made by Radio Shop. And this again is in drop D tuning. So I've set the volume control to midway as we did before in the Les Paul Junior. We're on drop D tuning. And I have to say, it sounds very, very nice. I can hear all the highs. It sounds very clear, and that's what Juniors are all about, or this type of guitar. That's what it's all about. When you roll off that volume control, it should really clean up the tone to almost have like acoustic qualities, really. And that has. So if I reduce the volume again, so we're going down to around about sort of 3. And it cleans up even more. Now if we bring it up to around about 8, this is roughly where the Les Paul Junior was starting to hit the edge of breakup. Playing softly, and it cleans up nicely. Dig in. Bring it up to 9. And you can hear it already on the edge of break up there. There it is. Bring it up to 10. And I think the first impressions between the two guitars is very simple as this. This has got a lot more high end to it. It doesn't seem like it's as wound as hotly as the Gibson, but I think the actual detail in the sound is very, very good. It really is very, very impressive. And if you wanted a bit more gain from it, then essentially you can put a bit more in on a pedal or adjust your amplifier accordingly. And I think this sounds fantastic. It really does sound fantastic. And for me personally, the playability on this guitar is nice. It's beautiful to look at. It's made very, very well. And it sounds fantastic. It really does sound fantastic. So we'll just give you a couple little demos on this. So. And that sounds really, really good. It really does sound nice. Bringing it up. Using the tone control to thicken the sound up, so we'll take that down to around about 5. Bringing it right down. And I have to say, this is a brilliant guitar. It really is. And when Carl's making these guitars in his workshop in Keighley, he's in a workshop by himself. It's just bench tools, you know. There's no CNC machinery. And this is a handmade custom guitar, which is absolutely fantastic. It's an absolute delight. So what I'll do is, I'll play that same run again on my Junior, and hopefully you'll be able to hear the difference there. So we're back with the Les Paul Junior. We'll play the same passage that we've just played on the O37, just to give you a comparison. And this guitar does sound good. Now, what I did notice, as soon as I picked up this guitar, is that this neck feels more like a baseball bat compared to the O37. And just thinking about it now, the O37 feels a bit more like, in terms of the neck shape on the back, this feels more like a baseball bat. It feels more like a Gibson Firebird kind of profile. The Firebird 7, which is in previous videos, it feels much more like that. And it's a little bit more of a modern feel to the neck. Again, the same scale length, same radius on the fretboards. Really, really good. So what does it sound like with a few pedals? Okay, so we're back with you now. We'll put some pedals on just to see what's what. So we'll go to about mid volume on the master volume on the guitar. Still in drop D tuning. So what we're going to do now is I've got my Boss Blues driver on the pedal board in front of me, so I'll just pop that on. Hopefully that'll just give a little bit more kick. So we're on mid volume on the actual guitar. Bringing it to 8. Bringing the tone right up to maximum from 5. Volume control is now on 10, as you can hear there's a bit of hum. Okay, so there we have it. We have the Longbottom Custom Guitars O37, which you've seen, you've heard it. And I have to say, it is a fantastic guitar. And if you can live without the Gibson brand on the headstock, then you're definitely onto a winner. Now for me, the Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Junior, when I've done some research today, you're looking at a recommended retail price of around about, say, £3,500. But I have seen them for sale today for around about £3,000 as well. So somewhere in between the two is where you're going to be putting your money. Now here's the interesting bit. The Longbottom Custom Guitars, the O37, this one here, as tested, this will set you back £1,800. Now that is food for thought. If you've enjoyed this edition of Gigs and Guitars, please give me a like. Subscribe. Please do subscribe because it will let the channel develop. It really, really will. And there is always time in the day for a brew. Cracking.